Greetings all, Fanny here for Taurus's weekly message. Interesting. The pre-shuffle was interesting. The first card that came out was interesting. Spirit, do you have another message for us to start out with? Can you please give it to me in a straight orientation so I know whether if it is upside or reversed? Nope. Everything's going to be in limbo? Okay. So sorry for the silence, Taurus. What's interesting is that these two cards came out completely sideways. Not upright, not reversed, sideways. Like, I usually take that to mean something is in a transition or in a limbo state. So we have the King of Swords and the Eight of Swords. A lot of mental traps. What you think you can do. Yeah, what you think you can do leading to your success. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And you are on quite a journey to decide what you do and don't want to do. The Hermit's staff is there with him and the star. And each one of these is kind of like deciding what kind of staff are you going to pick up today. I mean, you as an individual don't have to trap yourself into one hobby or passion. You can have multiple. I myself am a writer, artist, giant nerd. I love video games, but I also do my spirituality, my Reiki, my energy movements. And so I think a lot of people get trapped up into like this image of what you're supposed to do in a certain job, a certain place, and what's associated with that. And it prevents you from doing the things that you really want to do. And it's like idealized happiness reaching this depressive state. And I think it's really important for people to switch around what they like to do. Like one thing that I'm doing this year that is different from last year is that each day in my planner has a specific kind of energy. Like, what am I going into this with? This is my work on Enigma and clean day. This is my tarot and meeting day. This is my book day. So coming into a day with a generalized concept of what I want to do and then feeling out what I actually am going to do has helped so much make progression on my many passions that call my attention and energy. And it's a great way to make sure that I'm not overwhelming myself and everything that I love is getting the attention that it deserves. Balance in all things, my love. It's very difficult to achieve, but possible. You have Trout and the Lily of the Valley, purification. That flower always makes me reminiscent of my childhood, because it's not the same flower, but in Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life took place in the Forget-Me-Not Valley, and that is based off of the Forget-Me-Not flower, which is very similar to the Lily of the Valley. And so when I see that paired with purification and communication here with Rooster and Sunflower, going back to childlike innocence, situations that happen in childhood, because you don't realize how much of our childhood interactions dictate how we see ourselves as adults or developing adults. If you are a young adult coming into your own for the first time, coming out of high school or just coming into your high school years, you don't realize how much of your childhood, how people treated you, what they told you you could and cannot do, the reactions that you had and people had around you, it shapes so much how we view ourselves and how we think the world views us. The purification right now is not only just purification of your body, cleansing and releasing things that just genuinely aren't good for you anymore. Like, one thing for me, I am not eating chips anymore, which is a huge thing because that is my main, comfort snack when it comes to my food escapism. But all of the dyes and salt and shit that they have in it is making me feel more and more sick. And I want to make myself healthy to be a mother one day. And that is very important to me. So that is one way to purify your body, is cleansing it of those toxic things like excessive amounts of chips, soda, fast food, those heavy processed sweets, the things with the red dyes. Those are very bad things for your physical body. And your physical body goes back to your energetic health. So again, going back to the entrapment that was going on with the Eight of Swords here and the King of Swords, being stuck in a certain image that people are trying to put upon you, and you feel like you have to fit into that image, you feel like you have to fit into that space just to be accepted. You have new opportunities with the hare and the oak. Now, if you know about Celtic mythology or the earthly magics, you know how special a hare is, and you know how special an oak is. The hare was chosen by the trickster god. I believe it is Loki, but it could be a different one, interpreted as the same, because the hare was humble. It understood, listened, and saw so much. And because of its ability to listen and have that kind heart, people heard what it had to say when it spoke. The oak is one of these sacred trees in Celtic mythology. Oak, ash, and hawthorn are these sacred trees of Celtic mythology. And so for the hare to be paired with the oak here, I really do believe it is a blessing of fertility and abundance upon your journey, upon your adventures. Because, I mean, if you know hares, that's all I'm going to say on that. I like my job. You have the deer and the oat, healing. Again, going back to the Celtic mythology, Ceranos, Pan, Herne, however you want to refer to him, he is the stag god. And he is here as a reminder to your power to heal and be a leader. He is a leader. The stags were one of the greatest. You have the duck and chrysanthemum, luck. Now, if you Taurus or anything like I have been in your life, you're very blessed. You're very lucky. I was affectionately had the term of a clover shoved up my ass as a child because of how lucky I was. Like, I would just go out and find 4-leaf clovers everywhere. And that kind of mentality growing up of I am magic, I am a blessing, carried through to my confidence as an adult. And yes, of course, I still have things to heal from, but that is why I am communicating with myself and my higher self. And the communication with your higher self is such an important thing on your journey, my love, because it is the part of your soul, the part of who you are as a stardust being that is still connected to source. It still has that tether, and you can strengthen it consciously, calling upon your higher self, calling upon your ancestors and your guardians to watch over you, protect, heal, and guide you out of your darkness to the highest version of who you are. We all have access to this. We all have this ability to overcome these fears. It's what we let ourselves do. It's what we let ourselves become. You can have complete happiness. You can have complete joy and fulfillment. But the journey that you have to go through to discover what that means for you, it's going to be difficult because it's going to be different from everyone else's journey. And people are going to want to come in and weigh their opinion on what they think you should do, on what they think you need to put your time, energy, and money into. If it's overwhelming, block it out, my love. You don't need to take everything every person says to you. Even me. You don't have to take everything that I say to heart. I am sharing from my experience in a hope that it inspires someone to heal themselves, to love themselves enough to know that they deserve happiness. That is all I am trying to do, is help guide people out of their darkness, because I know what it's like. I've been there myself. I've fought and pulled my way out of it. And I want to help people pull their way out of it too, because it's amazing what happens when you wake up and you love your life. It loves you right back. And blessings are abundant. Opportunity, joy, and happiness are abundant. And sad times don't linger. Have a beautiful day, Taurus.